All right, here we are back. This is Dawn Reby, and welcome to Annual Strategy Planning Part 2. So the purpose of this tool is to really help you get a handle on what you want in each of the key areas of your life. What do you want your life to look like? If you haven't already checked out our Life by Design tool at dawnreby.podia.com, go ahead and check that out. This digs into each of these areas even more so. But today we're going to spend some time defining power goals. What do you want to achieve this year? And connecting it to the emotion. How would it make you feel if this was achieved? How would it improve your life? And so we're going to start with the personal side first, because really we want to show up as our best selves. And in order for us to do that, we want to really think about the things in our lives that are going to make our lives holistic, whole, complete. And a lot of times folks will go right to work, to their career when they're looking at goals. And so here we're really talking about some other goals that, are really going to create a more holistic wellness, joy in your life. So the first area is family. Do you want to become more connected with close family members? Is this a gap area in your life? Are there family members that you haven't seen in a long time? Maybe you have a parent that is aging and you want to spend some quality time with that parent. Maybe you have a sister or brother or someone that is very meaningful to you in terms of family and you just haven't seen them in a while. Maybe you want to do a service project together, have more time or more fun together. I know for me and my girls, it really is all about creating experiences that we can enjoy together. I'll give you an example of what this looks for me personally. I really talk about when I was thinking about this, I want my family to be this strong unit of beautiful people who experience life together, holding each other strong and supported. We have a willingness to have difficult conversations for the purpose of clarity and progress and embrace love and possibilities. We appreciate and respect each other and are supporting, loving, acknowledging, and non-confrontational. We are fun and loving and exciting and smiley. We love hanging out together and laughing hard. We are always exploring big ideas, deep connections, and community impact. So that's kind of like that family relationship dynamic that I want to have in my life. And so some of the things that I want to achieve this year is I want to have fun and interesting and culturally diverse places that we visit together as a family, that we learn together as a family. I want us to celebrate. We've never taken birthdays off before. In this past year, we took my birthday off and my daughter's birthday off. And we literally spent the day together just having a blast. And in the past, I never really did that. I always just worked or I didn't want to spend the money or whatever. And my goal really is to create these fun, enjoyable, exciting opportunities for me and my family. And so that is becoming a focus area. How can we take days off and really maximize them and enjoy them together? So we're gonna do more of that. I want some experiences for us locally too. So I think about, particular things that I want to achieve this year is a lot of laughter in my family. So I started thinking about renting those soccer bubbles one day as a surprise. And then the girls just come over and they have these big bubbles that they have to climb into and bounce off each other. So, really just thinking about key milestones within this year as that I want to achieve with them, because ultimately, I want to have international trips and visiting multiple blue zones or healthy zones with my family and learning to live in some service trips together and so forth. And so really understanding what you want your family to have and to achieve together is really important. We actually created a mantra for our family called TULF: trust, love, fun, and forgiveness. TULF. So, creating the core values of our family. So what do you want for your family this year, and how will this make you feel? How is this going to improve your life? So pause this video here and just dive into, a little bit of journaling around that very topic. The second category is love in relationships. Do you want to grow or strengthen the relationship that you're in with your spouse or partner? Do you want to discover a new romance? Do you want to wholeheartedly be in a deeply committed, mutual, and healthy relationship with an equally committed, supportive, and loving partner who creates a safe place for you to achieve on a stunning level? What does that look like for you? For me, it looks like I'm in a deeply committed, mutual, and healthy relationship with this handsome, strong, smart, charismatic, and interesting man who has the kindest soul. And I really dove into how it makes me feel. We bring each other to the highest vibration, physically, spiritually, and personally, and it gets better and deeper each and every day. I talk about how he's a supportive partner, creates a safe space for me to achieve, and we grow our family and our community with intention and purpose. We are both vulnerable and generous to each other as we intently build a meaningful life together. So, what do you want? What do you want in your love relationship? Do you want a love relationship? And so some of the, things that we're going to walk through action steps later. Today is just about dreaming, but really helping to see, what do you want your love of relationship to look like? It wasn't until I actually defined what my love relationship would look like in great detail that I actually achieved it. Before that, I was just kind of roaming around and dating and doing the thing. And it really wasn't until I defined exactly what I wanted, that I achieved that. And so being able to articulate this, and you can use a journal, you don't have to use this little teeny box, right? You can use a journal if you like. Being able to articulate this and how it'll make you feel is going to be very important. So, what do you want in a love relationship? I remember a moment in my life where I said, I don't want it. I don't want a love relationship. And to me, that was true in that moment. I really didn't want one. And what it left me with was sometimes feeling like, I couldn't leap into dating when I was actually ready. So, even if you don't want a love relationship right now, perhaps someday in the future you do. So define what that looks like in the future for you. So pause this video right now and go ahead and plug in, journal, set a candle, smell some oils, just get in a calm place to really spend 10 or so minutes just really thinking and dreaming, what do you want this love relationship to look like? And next, we're going to move on to friendships. Do you want to find a circle or nurture a circle of authentic, kind, sincere, loyal, and committed friends? Do you want to strengthen your current friend circle or enjoy weekend trips with friends, maybe monthly night out, weekly phone calls, other kinds of connections? I don't know about you, but for me, my life got really busy for a while, and I often forget to stay connected with my friends, and I forget how it fills my cup to be around people who really nurture me. And I remember a moment in time where I just kind of like was going with the flow, and I would be around people who invited me somewhere, but it really didn't fill my cup necessarily. And then I started staying home more and more. It wasn't until I became really intentional about the friendships that I wanted in my life that I was able to really develop that. And that's still a work in progress. This is a growth area for me. So here I wrote in my plan that I have the most authentic, kind, sincere, loyal, and committed individuals in my life. They are so dear to me. We help each other grow on so many levels. We are each other's major support systems. We nurture our future successes, and they are brilliant in areas where I am still growing. They inspire me, stretch me, call me to my greatness. They pour light into me, and I pour light into them. We share knowledge with each other, amplify each other's lives, and bring each other greater prosperity. I'm aligned with and supported by top achievers and other persons of consequence, surrounded by rocket boosters, leaders, catalysts of positive change. We meet weekly for lunch or another activity and go on yearly retreats together. And so, some milestones for me are going on a yoga meditation retreat with some friends, having monthly girls' nights, going to Sedona, the Grand Canyon with some friends. So, some some key, and also exploring new adventures in terms of mission trips together. And so, that's far off into the future, but that's certainly helping to kind of think about who are the people I want in my life? Who are the people I want in my life this year? If you're listening to this in 2022, 2023, 2024, it doesn't matter the year that you're listening to this. What matters is really to help you define what it is you want in your friendship circles. Being intentional about who you invite into your world is really key to a life of joy and happiness. So go ahead and pause here and take some time to journal about what you want your friendship circles to look like. All right, so the next one here is physical self. What do you want to look and feel like? Do you want to transform your body? Do you want to feel incredible about the energy that you have or the fitness level that you are? Do you want to feel like you are in the best condition of your life this year? Do you want to feel comfortable in your clothes, in your skin? Do you want to have fun walking and exercising? you know, a lot of times people feel so overwhelmed with how they look and feel and what their spiritual awareness levels are that they just give up and they're like, it's too late for me, and or it's too much for me. And it's not. I could tell you, your physical self can change at any point. All it has to be is intentional. So for me, I talk about transforming my body into a healthy, high performance machine. I talk about my weight, how strong and lean I am, how healthy from the inside out I am, that I'm pain free and I love being active. I talk about, coming back from a yoga retreat that really brings me to a new level, and how much fun it is to do handstands and headstands and advanced yoga on a paddleboard on a sunny day with the mountains in view and surrounded by sounds of laughter and intention all around me. I talk about being in my favorite sports bikini, which was a big deal. That's a big deal for me to put on a bikini, right? Bright salmon, pink, orange colored, and I feel incredible about my new body, new energy, and new outlook on my fitness. I feel like I'm in the best condition of my life, and I love my strong and slim body. I have excellent leadership of self, often fill my cup, and feel in harmony. And so some of the goals that I have with this physical self is really touching upon the spiritual self as well. But it's okay. It's lovely. It's amazing to have ideas of what you want your physical self to look like and feel like. So go ahead and plug in some of these goals that you have, that you can, really dig into and work on this upcoming year. So I also put in here that I am fully enjoying the physical and spiritual benefits of a whole food lifestyle, including delicious food, impactful and connected community, positive understanding of and contribution to a healthier global footprint, and optimizing my health and kick butt body. So go ahead and pause here and spend some time thinking about your physical self. What do you want that to look like? It's okay. Whatever you want it to look like, no fear. Just write it down, share what you want it to look like with yourself, what you want to be true in your world. So pause now and go ahead and plug into that. So next we have our spiritual self. Do you want to practice excellent leadership of self? Do you want to have a deep connection to your own personal harmony, mindfulness, and a proper mindset? Do you want to feel clear and purposeful? Do you want to be able to quiet your mind? Do you have the ability to respond with care and precision? Do you have a deep connection to some philanthropic preference? Do you contribute financially to that effort, and does it make you feel really good? Do you volunteer your time if if that's what you want to do, and provide gifts to support some bigger cause? So what's your spirituality look like? Are you connected to something bigger than you? That might mean church for some people, that might mean community for other people, a bigger spiritual self. For me, it's to foster healthy and active earth-based living opportunities for families in our local area. And so I want to write a check and leverage that check, providing quality earth-based education and camping experiences to 100 children who otherwise would not have been able to participate due to financial constraints. So for me, this is a big one because there were many years where I received scholarships for my children, financial scholarships for my children. And I love earth-based living and I see how it can help so many families. And so I really want to give those opportunities to more and more families. So what do you want to support? Do you want to, have some kind of spiritual connection? Do you want to contribute to a bigger cause other than yourself? Or maybe it's meditating, maybe it's staying connected to you, maybe it's living your best life. So what is it that you want to contribute to, in terms of your spirituality? So pause here and spend some time thinking about your spiritual self. All right, now we go on to your home. What do you want your home to look like, to feel like? Are there long, white, silky curtains blowing in the breeze along the walls of the windows? Is it organized? Is it free flowing? Do you have wide pine floors? Like, what do you want? Do you love sitting by a cozy fireplace with your white, soft pillow and blanket? Is there a beautiful large kitchen for gatherings, maybe a meditation room, inside or outside, plants, right? How does it smell? How does it feel to be in your home? Is there a room you like to go to first thing in the morning? Are there so many windows and so much light that it just fills you with joy? How about your neighbors? What are they like? Is there a ton of lush green and outside space, a gorgeous deck, lots of fruit trees, a vegetable garden? What does your home look like? I wrote here that my home is simple, minimalistic, light, and airy. And I really just got deep into what it looks like for me to wake up in the morning. What does it feel like to be there with my cup of tea and so forth? So what does your home look like? What does your ideal home look like? And if you haven't already listened to the preferred reality videos, or audio rather, so it's your current reality versus your preferred reality found in the first section of this training series, make sure you do that because there's some imagery there as well. So go ahead and press the pause button and get a sense of what you want your home to look like. All right, next we go to playtime, fun, and purchases. What hobbies do you have? What does fun look like for you in 2021? Do you go on yoga retreats like I want to, or take a trip to the mountains, or rent a beach house? Are you building a side business? And what does that look like? Are there any big purchases that you want to make this year? A house, a car, a wedding, a year of facials and massages? Like, what do you want your fun to look like? What does it feel like for you to have fun? And if you're struggling with this, it's okay. This is why we're here. We're working together. And for those of you who are in our coaching programs, we spend a lot of time on all these components that make the holistic you, right? And fun and playtime is one of them. This was a really hard one for me. I remember several years back, a friend of mine asked, "What do you do for fun?" And I rattled off, "Oh, I work here, I work." And they said, "No, no, 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 that's work." I'm like, "But I like my work." And they said, "Great, but what do you do for fun?" And I said, "Well, I got the kids and I go to the different events." And she said, "No, no, no, no. Those are responsibility things. Yeah, you enjoy them, but what do you do for you, for fun?" And I was stumped because I really forgot. I forgot what it was like to have fun. I didn't know what I enjoyed. I respected myself, but I didn't really know myself. So at that point, I went out and I started really learning, what are the things that I do like to do? I started experimenting and trying different things. So if you're like me and you're in that position that I was many years ago, maybe this year is exploring. Maybe your playtime looks like a bunch of exploring this upcoming year, and you can write that down too. So at the end of this video, which is just about in a moment, because we're going to give a second video for the career portion of all this, I want you to just spend a few minutes really thinking about what it is that you want your playtime to look like, what it is that you want your family, your friendships, your body, your spiritual self. What do you want all these things to look like in your life? When we become super intentional about what we want in our lives, it is then that the clarity is created and we can begin to build in that direction. So go ahead and spend some time working on your personal goals for this upcoming year. What does it look like for you? It's okay to just dream and dream big.